Autobots and Books fans, this is Scorp1701, and tonight we are going to be looking at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Deluxe Centurion Drone with Weapons Pack. Now, this is an item that you can only obtain by going to HasbroPulse.com and ordering it from online. And as you can see, it comes in a nondescript brown cardboard box, which a lot of the exclusives from that site come in the Deluxe series, the Generations series. I'm sorry, the Generations series. Now, taking a look at the box, you can see you have a nice big Autobot symbol here, some Cybertronese, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy here, 8+ Hasbro. On the top of the box, you have the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy symbol. On this side of the box, you have the continuation of the Autobot symbol. On this side of the box, you have some words and things and the authentic Autobot symbol, or Transformers merchandise symbol there. And on the back of the box, you have nothing except a little white sticker. So how do you know what's in the box? Well, you come to the bottom of the box, and then you see Takara Tomy Deluxe Centurion Drone WFC War for Cybertron E33, which I think is exclusive 33. Who knows? Generation symbol, barcode, and a whole bunch of gobbledygook. So that is the box. And to open this box, what you will do is you'll start here at the bottom and use a finger or a knife or something and basically scrape through here until you get it to come open like this, and then you see Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy again. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and sit this up on its side and pull this all the way up. Da, da, da. And here inside the box, you can see the Centurion Drone here and the Weapons Pack here. And basically, I bought this for the Weapons Pack. The Centurion Drone here is just a repaint of Siege Brunt, but I never got that figure, so I guess we can review him too. So, but anyway, moving on, there is a little bit more to this package. If we look up at the top, you can see all these awesome details that are drawn, or illustrated on the top of the box. Oh, it kind of fell over. No, oh no, go back up. Okay, there we go again. You can see all these great details, and these are the items that are in the Weapons Pack. And we will get into those as soon as we review the Centurion Droid. So, we've seen this guy in the box and the Weapons Pack, but I don't want to see this guy in the box or the Weapons Pack in the box, so let's get him out and see what this guy can do. And here we have the Centurion Drone out of his box and in his little cannon slash tank mode. So I'm really not sure what this is supposed to be. I'm really not sure where this guy came from. I never saw him in the cartoon. There were Centurion droids in the cartoon, but they didn't look like this guy. They were basically green and looked like Mysterio if Mysterio was a Transformer instead of a Spider-Man villain. But anyway, I think he came from the comics, and like I said earlier, this is basically a straight up repaint of the Decepticon Brunt, and I do believe he's a Decepticon too. He's got the Decepticon logo there. So anyway, in the box he comes with a set of nice and helpful instructions, because I really had no clue what to do with this guy, and the instructions really didn't help because he's basically a weaponizer, which means he's one of those Transformers that pop apart and you could use his pieces and parts for all sorts of things. I always thought those were a little bit complicated, so I really never got any of them. And so that's it. Yeah, I would say he doesn't come with any accessories, but in fact he is an accessory. And he does actually come with the accessory pack here, but we're not going to get into that until after we review this guy. And as you can see, taking a closer look at this guy, he is all gray. He's got a little bit of red highlights on the sides and on the front, and you can see some little lights there, all done in red. You can see a little head sticking up there. I don't know, I can't really get that down. A little bit of black for the wheels, which is nice. A little bit of silver here on the inside of the wheel, more red up here on the cannon, and the cannon barrel itself is like orange, burnt orange color, sort of like a Galvatron cannon. So that's pretty neat. For ffunctionality, he does roll. So if you have a steady or a nice flat surface with grip on it. I don't have a lot of grip. This is just like a plastic, so it's kind of hard for anything to roll on it. And his turret does go up and down, and it can go all the way around. Woo! That's pretty nice. And if you want to like shoot this, just based on the nature of the toy, nope, that wasn't supposed to happen. But that's just one of the parts that this guy can break off into. He can, and basically everything. So this thing can come out. We're going to use it a missile or a cannon. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what this guy is, what he does. He just has all sorts of weird parts that come off. But anyway, there he is. Now, let's do a little bit of comparison. So here he is with the War for Cybertron Netflix Megatron, and that is a bit of a difference there. So they were saying that the Weaponizer is supposed to be a tank. Megatron is a tank. I think he'd be more of a missile launcher kind of thing, but you know, I don't know. So that's cool. Let's get a good look on the other side, see how he fares. So yeah, Megatron definitely a lot bigger, but then again, this guy is a deluxe class, and he's a Voyager, so yeah, it's supposed to be bigger. All right, get him out of there. Let's bring in another Decepticon. Here is Earthrise Starscream. See how they measure up. Well, that's pretty neat, I guess. Big difference there. So get that note right down. So okay. And just for one more comparison, let's bring in Optimus. Gotta have Optimus. You can't do a Transformer review without showing some sort of Optimus. That's crazy. So you can see, yep. So there you go. All right, and that is your comparisons. Moving on. And full transformation. This is probably going to be the most insane transformation I've ever done, because all you have to do is take him completely apart. So just start taking things apart, because everything has to come off and be rearranged. So yeah, move this around, take this off. Yeah, really, you just, everything comes off of this guy. It's completely nuts. I just don't understand. Okay, is that all we gotta do? So, nope, that comes off. That comes off. So now I got a lot of pieces. So we're gonna try to build a robot here. Okay, well, there's a leg. And here's a leg. We actually have to fold that in because that was part of the cannon. Okay, so now we need to find the legs. Oh, this actually comes off of here. So you gotta take this part off. So yeah, and then this part, come on. All right, so now we got here's the midsection here. So which way does it go? This way, because we gotta bring the leg ports down. Yeah, there we go. Bring that down. This is crazy. This is crazy. Weaponizers. Go figure, right? Alright, put that in there. It's like a puzzle, you know, it's fun though. Alright, there. Alright, so there. Is that right? I don't know. We'll look at it. So, okay. So you got that. Now we'll come over this. Alright, this is the torso. So bring this around. How does this come around here? Bring this up. This way, the instructions aren't really helpful. They're fun, but they just basically say take this apart, take that apart, and then bring up the head. I don't know. Okay, so there you go with that. And then this part will go into here. We've made that. So there, we've almost made a robot with no arms. Alright, this is funny. Alright, so here are what we will consider the arms. I think, let's see. So bring this up, all right, and we need to bring this up like that, bring it around, and then we have an arm. So that, yeah, okay. So that will peg into there, and there you go. He has like a little hook. All right, find your other one. Same thing. Bring it up, twist it like that and around. Bring over this. Bring up the little claw, and then put this attach here. So there you go, and now you have a robot. All right, now turn him on his back, and he will have this cannon thing attached. So you'll put this on. Let's see here, and it can twist all sorts of ways. You can see. Woo. But then you'll take this, and then you'll put his cannon back in there. So you can either have a gun that you can mount here somewhere. How's that mount? I had this a minute ago. Yeah. You can go in here, and so you have this like little number right there. I don't know. Yeah, there are so many options you can actually do with this guy. So you can put it there if you wish. So it looks kind of neat. Or you could put it on the side of his arms, like here, which I think would actually do a little better. Put it like this and go. So that looks a little more like a weapon placement. But anyway, that is your Centurion Drone. And taking a closer look at him, you can see he has a nice gray head with a red strip going all the way around for his visor or eye thing. He has a weird little mouth there. Kind of looks like a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica. Is that what those were, Cylons? Or is that something else? I don't know. I never watched Battlestar Galactica. I can't even say it. Battlestar Galactica. You can see he has some nice red up here in the shoulder missile launching areas. Some red on his chest. But this is all stuff that we saw in the tank mode. The black wheels here. Cannon, like I said, that's not your traditional place where you can put it, but that's where I'm going to have him put it. Mostly all gray, a little bit of silverish in the thigh area there. Let's get that get a little closer there. Okay, some more reds, some more grays, and a little darker gray right here coming through the feet. So, on the back, just a whole bunch of more gray. He is gray. There is not much to him other than that color. So anyway, that is his color scheme, and that is what this guy looks like. And for articulation, basically his head can go 360 degrees if you want to. It can go back a little bit, but that's due to transformation purposes. So depending on what you want to do, you can kind of look up if you want to fake it that way, but it can't go further up anymore. His shoulders can go 360 degrees all the way around. He does have a bicep swivel, and it can go all the way out, so that's pretty neat there. I guess for hand articulation, he does have his little pincher. Claw, the claw, it claws. Okay, moving down, he kind of has an ab crunch. He can move forward and back a little bit, and that's basically because his legs are on hinges. He does have a coming apart. He does have a waist articulation. It can go all the way around if you're so inclined, and if you're even more inclined, it can pop off. Woohoo! Oh gosh, get back on there. Okay, so going down to the legs, his legs can move up really far. They can move back really far. He does have a thigh swivel. And he does have a kind of a knee bend, but you don't want to go too far with it. Okay, because if you go too far, well, that's about as far as you can get anyway. So so it can go up and back. And if you, like I said, then there it went. So don't go Oh, I fall to pieces. Okay, I guess you can call he has a boot cut, if that's what you want to call that. And as far as ankle tilt and pivot, oh, there went a leg. It doesn't really move. So, I mean, it looks like it might, because you got a hinge there. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Aha! So, yeah, you can kind of tilt it and rock it that way. So, but that's it for his foot articulation. Yeah, there's a foot, so there you go. Alright, so, I'm not going to go into all the ways that this guy can be used to weaponize your troops. But needless to say, you can take him apart and use his parts for other things. So anyway, that is your articulation for your Centurion Drone. And full comparison, here he is with Megatron. Uh-oh, Megatron's not in the scene. Alright, yeah, let's back up just a hair so we can see how big he is. Wow, okay. That's an awesome Megatron, by the way. I still love the Netflix Megatron and definitely recommend him over the other two that they got. Okay, get out of there, Megatron. And here he is with Starscream. So, yeah, there we go. Cool. Another Decepticon. All right, get out of here, Starscream. And finally, here he is with Optimus Prime. Get Centurion Drone. Get out of here. And here he is with Prime, and I have Prime with that god-awful rifle just so I could remind everybody that this is the rifle that Earthrise Prime came with, and that's going to be important in just a few minutes, so keep that in mind. Alright, get out of here, Prime. So that is it for comparisons. And this has been the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Hasbro Pulse exclusive Centurion Drone. And I had a lot of fun playing with him, tearing him apart, building him back up, and you know, I'm sure you will too. But really, we didn't buy this set for him. They just threw him in here as kind of a bonus, but you know, I would have been just as happy as he wasn't here. So move out of the way, and what we really came to see was this awesome accessory weapons pack. And as you can see, the weapons pack comes in a white box with a lot of black on there. You can see the Autobot symbol, that same Cybertronese that is right there. On this side of the box, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, and the symbols. And this side of the box, you just have more symbols. On this side of the box, more symbols. And on the bottom of the box, more Cybertronianese. So, without further ado, we will open this thing up and see what it comes with. So here is the box opens. See here. Oh. And it comes with a huge bag of goodies. Look at all this great stuff. Well, you can't see it because it's in a bag. All right, we're going to cut, and I'm going to come back with all this stuff out and ready to be looked at. Ha-ha. And here we have all the items out of the little plastic bag and spread out for you to see. Now, I know you know what a few of these items are, but some of them you're like, what is that? Don't worry, we're going to go through each and every item, and I will explain to you where they go, what they do, and what benefit they have. And it will be some fun. All right, let's get started. And the first item we're going to look at from the weapons pack is this little non-weapon, but it is a cage. It's a very nice cage. It's done in a black plastic, nice glossy. And yeah, 4 walls, some bars. It's definitely a cage. Here's a little lock where you can put a key in to unlock it. But really, to unlock this, all you have to do is pull it apart. So it is pulls apart real easily. And what you do with this is to mimic that one time the Autobots captured Ravage, and I did try I don't have the Siege Ravage, and I tried the G1 Ravage, it was a little too big. I'm going to try this little Ravage. This is a little Ravage that they put out a few years ago in like a little 2-pack with Hound. 2006. Wow, is it that old? Oh gosh, I'm dating myself. But he is a little cute little guy, and maybe he can fit into his cage. Nah, I think he's going to be too big too. But anyway, you're supposed to take Ravage and stick him in here, and he's supposed to sit and be captured. Maybe that'll work. Can I put him in there sideways? Nah, he's just gonna be too big. But anyways, just got 2 pegs here, 2 pegs here, 2 holes here, and 2 holes here, and you just stick it together, and you have a nice little cage. There you go. So that is the first accessory. And the next thing we're going to take a look at is Energon Cubes, or Energon Cubes, I guess you could say. I'm not good with English word stuff. And they're basically translucent plastic, and you can see kind of through them. There's this one's basically a square, and there's an opening on this on the bottom. So I guess you can have somebody hold it. I don't know. It's stack it up. It's a little thing. This one's a little pretty much the same, except there's a little design in the bottom here. I don't know exactly what that's for, but it's slightly different. Maybe it gives it a wavy effect when you look at it. I don't know. I just don't know. But hey, need some Energon Cubes? You got Energon Cubes. Everybody needs Energon Cubes. And next we have Soundwave in his cassette mode, and this is pretty nicely done. He is really small, but you can definitely see that he is going for that G1 tape deck mode. He has some buttons, and he has a big square chest, and he's blue, and a little bit of silver or gray on the sides. So if you want to cosplay a Soundwave and have one of the Decepticons holding him, there's little empty spots back here, so I don't know what you could do with that. But yeah, there you go. And for the next accessory in the weapons pack, you have this cool gun. And if this gun looks familiar, it should. This is Megatron in his gun mode. It is great. It is nicely sculpted. You have a little scope here at the top and a handle. You could have had a little trigger guard, but hey, nothing is perfect. And you have the extended silencer on the barrel. And as an added bonus, you can take it apart. So look at that. That is cool. So you have this little silencer comes off, and you can have a smaller version. So, and that just slides right back on there. So that is really, really neat. And so what you do with this, obviously, you know what you do with this. Come here, Starscream. So you can get Starscream here, and you can bring him and see, put that Megatron in Starscream's hand and fire, kill some Autobots. Where's Brawn? And that is pretty awesome. I have to say so myself. And speaking of Megatron, the next accessory that is in the weapons box is his mace that he fought Prime with on top of the Hoover Dam in the first episode, probably. And it is really nicely done. It's plastic. You can see here there's a nice Decepticon symbol that is molded into the top up here. The chain doesn't move. It's all like molded plastic. But this little mace part, it does twist around a little bit if you're so inclined to move that around. But, you know, it doesn't really do anything. And what you do with this is you can see that there's a peg here, and it will basically port into Megatron's hand. It goes from the bottom up, so that's how it pegs into the hand. You gotta start it from down here. So that is cool. So then you get it on his hand, and there it is, and so he can fight and wiggle it around. So that's pretty impressive for a little piece of plastic. I guess. Yay! But anyway, so if Megatron has his, then we'll need Optimus to have his. And sure enough, Prime does indeed have his X. Here is the Energy X that he had in the first episode when he fought Megatron up on top of Hoover Dam, and it's nicely done in a orange translucent, and it doesn't move or anything. It's just one solid piece, and you put it on with this port, or this little tab that will port into Optimus's hand again from the bottom, because that's how these things go on, I found out. Ha ha ha. And it'll just slide right here over his hand, and you can basically have it however you want. So actually it needs to go better, so we'll go like this. Aha! And so there he has his battle axe. Ching, ching, ching. And then you could bring in Megatron with his thing. Ah! And then you fight them. They have fight it out. Close, Prime, but not close enough. Ah, keep fighting like that. Okay. Enough of that. But coming back to Prime, the battle axe here is not the only accessory that he came with in this pack. The next one we're going to look at, since we have Prime out here, is this awesome Prime Blaster. Now this is a Prime Blaster. I told you a minute ago that, hang with me, it would be important to know that I talked about this sausagey gun, which sucked, and as you can tell, this is the far superior Prime Blaster. That is I mean, if there ever was a Prime Blaster, this is the Prime Blaster. Cool. Get it? See what I did there? The Prime Blaster? Alright. Basically, what you'll do, again, fits right in his hand, and I don't know, it's a great sculpt, great design, it goes right in there, but I want to say they almost made it too big. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, I know Prime is tough, but that thing will probably knock him down if he tries to shoot it. I don't know, maybe it's for a bigger version of Prime than what this Voyager class. I don't know if they might bring a leader class out, but I don't know. I guess I'm just never happy, because I really wish that this blaster was a little smaller. But same sculpt, just one fraction smaller on the scale. But all right, moving on. We are actually not done with Prime yet, so we'll keep him out here, and what we'll do is look at the next accessory, and this one is for Prime. It is Roller. Look at this, we finally got a Roller, yay! And we needed this little guy so bad. I mean, a lot of people were out there doing customs of him, doing some prints, what do you call it, 3D printing versions, but this is the actual official. He looks great. He's dark blue. I'm glad they didn't go with the gray roller like some versions had. And what we'll do with this is we'll take this trailer and open it up here. Let's just see. Gotta bring out the stabilizers so it can stand. Put that down here and bring this up. Come on, little guy. He'll come up. Bring out the little mechanic droid. Sorry. We're trying to get this all straight. And now we have a roller to fit right in there. And now you have the complete set. This is what they should have given us a long time ago, but they didn't. So, but here. There it is. With the weapons pack, we got Prime's axe, Prime's blaster, and Prime's roller. So that is cool. And the next accessory that we're going to take a look at is this little radar dish. And what this is an accessory for Trailbreaker when he comes, and he's going to be a remold of Hoist, and this will basically plug into the back of his camper, and you know, it could just do what radar dishes do. It kind of circles and sits out there and, you know, detects Decepticon messages and all sorts of cool stuff like that. All right. And the next weapon we want to take a look at is this drill blaster. It's pretty nicely done. Little detail here, and obviously coming out as a drill, so therefore you have a drill blaster. And this is affectionately used by Ironhide, so basically put this in his hand and bzz, I'm gonna drill ya. Alright, and moving on. And now we come to this little weapon, which is called the glass gun. I'm not exactly sure why, but, you know, maybe it turns things into glass and it can be smashed. But this weapon is usually attributed to Cliff Jumper. Hey, give me some weapons so I can bust some Decepticons. Well, actually, I think that was more Ironhide's, but Cliff Jumper was a little rambunctious too. So there he is holding his gun. So he needed something. He had that big, huge honking cannon that he came with. So, alrighty. And we have this little gun, and this is basically a little gun for Bumblebee. And it's nice. It looks exactly like the Masterpiece version of Bumblebee's gun. So, but unfortunately I don't have the Bumblebee yet. He is coming. He's going to be a Walmart exclusive Netflix version, and I will pick that up as soon as he gets out, and I will give him this gun unless he has something similar, but we'll still try it out. Alright. So I'd just like to go on record and say that some of these accessories could have used a little bit of love. This is Sideswipes Jet Pack, and as you can see, it's done in a standard gray plastic. I mean, I'm not exactly sure why they couldn't have used a red plastic, because this thing was red in the series, and he gave it to Optimus, and Optimus flew off and got shot down. So, but anyway, let me see if I can show this thing a little love, and I'll be right back. So here it is, painted red and black. So I just did a quick paint job on it, so I thought it would be good. It just needed a little something, okay? And now we can bring in Sideswipe. Zoom out, come on, zoom out, and give him his jetpack. Jetpack. Let's see. So take this. You can see, there is a spot there, and it will fit into that hole. And so there he is. He has his jetpack. And then Optimus can come and say, Sideswipe, I need your jetpack. My jetpack now. Okay, so he'll take it off, and if you look on the back of Optimus, he has a port right there. So using the top port, Optimus can have his jetpack, and that is a pretty neat accessory. So that is the jetpack. Another nifty little accessory you get is this little reflector camera, and this is Reflector or Refractor, however you want to call him. He will always be Reflector to me, and he needs a little love. Before we can move on, I will see what I can do with this. And with just a little bit of love and paint, you can make Reflector actually look kind of like Reflector. So basically what I did was I added some black lines at the top, some black lines down here, and a little bit of green in the middle, which is a Reflector's standard colors. Blue for the lens, and a little bit of yellow wash for the flash area. And I mean, that is, just the least I could do. And you know, you could look at it now and say, hey, that's Reflector. Not that you couldn't before, it's just, it does make it a whole lot easier now. So what you would do is you'll find a Decepticon. Hey, there's one, Starscream, and basically you'll plug Reflector into his hand. He can go in any hand, and it's just a little tab and port. So there you go. So now Starscream is ready to take pictures and be part of the paparazzi. I saw Optimus Prime somewhere. But, you know, more or less, Starscream would probably be, I I'm ready for my selfie, and try to, you know, take pictures of himself. But anyway, that is Reflector. Continuing the weapons in need of love, this little thing is actually a Shockwave Cannon. Yes, this is supposed to be a Shockwave blaster, but you couldn't tell because he is just gray, and it seems they could have just cast him in a purple plastic to give you the kind of idea. But let's see if we can do something about that. And with just a little bit of love and purple paint, you can have Shockwave look like Shockwave, and that's a lot better in my opinion. And on the end I put a little yellow dot here so you can see that he has either his barrel or his eye light, so whatever. So that is what your Shockwave gun is supposed to look like. And if we bring out a Decepticon like Starscream, come on, bring us some focus. He can hold Shockwave right here. Now normally Shockwave that we've seen in the cartoon, he's a bigger gun, and Bruticus would hold him, has held him, I should say, but he's a little smaller for this particular scale, and it goes well with Voyager class. So there you have Shockwave. Pretty cool. Moving on. And this brings us to the absolute smallest piece of the accessory pack, and that is this little miniature Optimus Prime. And this Optimus Prime, as you can barely make out, he is done in a nice gray plastic. I might try to show him a little love, but he's really small, so it might not do too well. But this guy is for the Unicron that's coming out this year, and it's kind of, this is the figure size that kind of scale with him, and it's something that Unicron can eat, I guess, which of course makes no sense because Optimus never met Unicron. But just to give you a idea of how small this guy really is, I'm sorry, shaking the camera a bit because I have to get it and angle it out. But just to give you an idea of how small he is, I'm going to zoom out, and you can see, compared to the Earthrise Optimus Prime, how small this guy is. Look, those are Optimus's feet. Oh gosh. Oh wow. Here we go. Whoa. Yeah, if you didn't know any better, you would think that this guy is a little crumb on the carpet. He is so small. I think he gives those smallest Transformers a run for its money. So yeah, I think this guy is definitely smaller. And, try to get back in there. I don't know if we can. Well, we did zoom in once. So anyway, let me see if I can show this guy some love, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's not a gray piece of plastic anymore. Now it's a red and blue gob of plastic. Actually, zooming in, I think I did pretty good considering that it was so small. But you know, it can actually look like Optimus Prime now instead of like a bland plastic thing. But for the most part, it's probably gonna get lost down here, and so I probably didn't need to do any effort or put any effort into painting it. But I think it was all right. It was a fun project. So here you are. Here's your little Optimus that comes with the weapon pack that can be eaten by Unicron, which never happened. Alright, moving on. And this has been the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Deluxe Centurion Drone and Weapons Pack, a Hasbro Pulse.com exclusive. And I tell you what, this guy came with all the fixin'. Again, here's the drone. He is mediocre at best. Give him, or I can take him or leave him. It was just something that they wanted to fill out the exclusive, but what really takes the cake, all the accessories in the weapons pack. You have Reflector, you have a Megatron gun, you have a Ravage cage, a Soundwave, Energon Cubes, Roller, Trail Breakers, and Satellite, which actually works with Roller, as you can see. Ironhide's drill gun, Cliff Jumper's glass gun, Prime's battle axe, and a huge Prime blaster, and Sideswipes Jet Pack, Megatron's battle mace, and a Shockwave gun. Whew, did I leave anything out? Alright folks, well that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, keep playing.